County Sheriff Larry Smith has been sworn in as the president of the Sheriff's Association of Texas. It was announced at the annual Sheriff's Training Conference in Fort Worth this week. Smith will represent sheriffs from all of the state's 254 counties, as well as oversee day-to-day affairs at that association. He hopes to prioritize mental health in Texas jails and address border security.
The main thing that I want everybody in the tip of Texas, the El Paso side, East Texas, and the Panhandle, and Central Texas to understand that we're one group. It's their association, just like anybody from any other part of the state. We need to work together, work with one another to make things better. If things are better for us, they're better for the citizens.
Smith also plans to run for sheriff again in 2024. He has served as the Smith County Sheriff since 2013.